This is Tesla. Here are your price targets for Thursday. We ended the day at $187.29, down more than 2%. The day's low, 185.85. The day's high, 193.97. This is where we ended. To the north side takes us to resistance at -2 standard deviations, 188.29. VWAP takes us to 190.05. This gap forms to the upside at 192.93, which I've talked about in the past. The middle of the trend is very close, 193.13. Two standard deviations and another level of resistance, 198.02. And this level in the way distance, not even close, $200.44. And then this level takes us to 202.84. And the gap finally closes out at 207.42. Not in the zone, not in our channel, just something to be aware of. Now, to the south side from where we are takes us to -3 standard deviations and support and a potential buy-in area, 185.88. This gap forms to the south side at 184.52 and closes out at roughly 183.45. The RSI is turning down on the 5-minute time frame, but once we go just maybe a little bit farther down, I think then we'll go sideways to go back up again, just like we did here. It will not stay oversold forever. There will be a bounce. Now looking left, you can see there was a sell-off here at resistance, another sell-off here at resistance, a buy-in at support, and I anticipate a buy-in here as well. But going down just a little bit more and then correcting, going sideways, consolidating to go up again. And looking left again. So here, resistance, sold off, didn't quite make it to down here, but got bought in. This gap to the downside closed at 193.34. And we have many other gaps to the north side that are a ways away, not even close, but every single gap. Let me flip this to the 15. Every single gap that I've pointed out so far has filled to the downside, and we have many other gaps to go to the downside. A lot of growing pains still left. Now the next stock I want to go over is ChargePoint. I took a trade today. I'll go over that in just a moment. But first, the numbers. We ended at 190. All right, to the north side from where we are takes us back to -2 standard deviations and resistance at 193. VWAP takes us to the middle of the trend at $2. And ignore the pink lines. Those were my previous buy-ins that I'm no longer in. But two standard deviations takes us to 207. Ignore the green line. That was my sell zone. That's 210, and above that, which we will not get to on Thursday. I don't believe that we will, at 213. Now we will get definitely, I believe, to 206 and 193. The RSI is still going down. So this could go down a little bit more, go sideways, and then hopefully curl back up. But this is at support. Note the support line here and a bounce. Sell off at resistance, back to the middle of the trend is support and another bounce. Sell off, bounce at support. Sell off at resistance. So I have traded this in the past, but the most recent buy-in was on the 10th at 199. And I was going to set this at 209. Originally, I had it at 210 a while ago, but I wanted to get out of this just because I know what goes up must come down, what goes down will go up, but sometimes you have to get down to get back up again. So this is a buy signal for me. So I may consider buying this on, well, putting in an order tonight and then getting in on Thursday. Oh, let's see. I sold right here. I basically set a limit and it stopped me out. So from here at 199 where I bought in, and then I sold out at 208. Make sure I got that right. Gives me a return of 4.68%. I could have eked out a little bit more, but I was trying to play it a little conservatively. And one last one I want to go over is Edwards Life Sciences. We gapped up big time today, and therefore, when that happens, expect a gap to the downside. So here are your levels. We ended the day at 78.47. VWAP takes us to 78.78. All right. Giving this a little bit more room to breathe at 2 standard deviations is 80.91. I do not think we will get to 3 standard deviations, and if I do, it will sell off again to 82.26, and above that, definitely not going to hit there on Thursday. 83.58. I just like to give you the levels so that way you can kind of see where we're headed down the road. But I give you definitely levels to watch out for at -2 and 2 standard deviations. And then if you're at 2, going to the middle of the trend and selling off buying in at support, or if you're at -2, that could be another potential buy-in to sell off at resistance at the middle of the trend. All right, to the south side, this gap forms at 77.19, 75.65, 33. This gap closes out at 73.89, and finally 72.96. The 1-year price target is 79.37. That does it for me. Thank you so much for watching.